Yo, just ordinary friends and fam. Hey, I've been asked if I'm using the same army, even with these event troops rolling, and yes, I am. I'm still using my RC charge drags, and that's what this video is going to show. We are going to do 6 different war attacks with my 3 Town Hall 17s. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I haven't planned these at all. I'm just going to show you how OP this army is and what I typically do to make sure that we triple on these bases. Same thing that I do in Legend League, which is put all 3 of my accounts in the top 1,000. So what I do, what a lot of people don't do is a lot of people do charge the mono head on. I like to take a little bit of an angle and then use the invisible spells to funnel that RC to the mono. Without a doubt, my entire goal about the RC charge is to get this mono taken care of because it is a really big hindrance to that drag army. So as you can see, that's what we're pushing for now. We're going to take out that mono using our invisibility spells smart, so that way we can make sure that the RC doesn't die, and we have proper funneling to go take out as much defenses and like important structures as possible. Okay, now here I'm kind of interested to see, yeah, multi-gear tank cannon. Tower. I'm not sure if it's multi-gear cannon or tower, but ooh, we actually got a really good charge on this. Gonna take out that core as well. I am all about it. This is gonna be a triple. If I fail this, this is gonna be very disappointing. Take out that scatter, and we're gonna recall there, not risk anything. Okay, now we're gonna go this way with it. I don't even look to see where that giant arrow goes, and we took out both of the sweepers, which was just awesome. Hopefully that baby drag is able to get in there quick enough. Let's get that wall breaker in, and we still have this ability here for the RC. Let me think about where we want to put this. I think we want to do it in this corner because I can see these drags splitting up, and when yeah, we got a bad split with the drags, but that's okay because we use that RC to take out those defenses on the backside. Perfect ability by the minion prince there, and I didn't even do anything for it. It just auto did it because it was targeting a Seeking Air Mine. So we're just going to keep pushing. The RC is going to go down here soon, and there goes. I could probably swag this freeze, but I am going to use it right here down in this corner. And that's a wrap, guys. I mean, that's literally how easy this army is. You know, we had a really bad split. Minion Prince wasn't timed, or the ability wasn't set. Like, I didn't activate it because, you know, it did it automatically. So, also, I will say I really, really, really like the if any of y'all used to be Pokemon fans, it's like a Noibat, but the I don't even know what it's called, but that new hero pet that they put in there, really good, especially for this army. Yeah. All right, let's move into the next one. Also, we're going to cover some things coming up with Just Ordinary. We have been, you know, ooh, man, if I wasn't recording a video right now, I would show you my live defense, but I don't want to expose my base. It's a bummer. Sorry, guys. But we're going to roll into the next attack. Let's see where we're at. Is it number 12? We'll do that for my main. Okay. All right, hopefully we get a defense. That would be pretty cool. Okay, a lot of you guys have probably seen this base a lot in Legends, but we're going to go ahead and triple it here, at least hopefully. All right, so let's see. We're going to go Visibility spell early since that hidden Tesla popped up. Take out the mono and the multi-archer tower, do a lot of splash damage with that aura for the Warden, or the Grand Champ, and push straight into the core here. Now, the goal with this RC is to take out hopefully those 2 spitters, and then maybe anything else that we can get in. You know, maybe that ricochet cannon, activate those rage towers, maybe, you know, pull the enemy CC to get it all done. But regardless, this is our goal, just back and forth, except for we don't really give a crap about the king, so I really hate when the RC does that. Okay, we're going to be able to take out, looks like, sweeper, and then maybe the other sweeper too if the aura goes out that long. Yeah, we're going to be okay. Oh, we didn't get the other sweeper, but that's all right. Okay. Interesting. We're gonna go around this way. One thing that I've learned about this attack is you really can't waste time. Whether that's just like, working on the funnels or whatever the case may be, you just really can't waste time. So you got to just pick a strategy and roll with it because there's really no other choice. We always do backside RC, always, doesn't matter what. Okay, everything's flowing pretty well. We pull the ice golems that way, don't really care about it. I am, as soon as this mini prince goes to that multi-gear tower, we're going to activate the Warden's ability to get some healing on all those drags, and then actually, no, we're going to save the... Oh, we're going to try and save the mini prince ability until the back half of this raid, because there's a lot of defenses over there, so we want to keep the queen alive. Let's see if we can get some funneling going. You know what? We're going to throw it in now. Get as much as we can. We got the air defense, hidden Tesla, scatter, rage tower, ricochet cannon, which is good enough for us to start out. We're going to take out the enemy CC. Luckily, we have no defenses right now targeting, which is awesome. We're going to go ahead and go there. I'm really surprised this mini prince hasn't died yet. And that should be a triple. We have plenty of firepower down in there. I am a little nervous about that queen catching up to the army. I don't know if she's going to have a lot of structures to target on this backside, but that's a triple. Yeah, guys, so you see that base in Legends a lot, and that's the number one way I take it out every time. And the common thing that you see with this RC charge that I do is you charge the mono, and I have seen nothing but success doing it that way. If you try to RC charge like a corner or something like that, it really doesn't work for me. And same with box spaces, those are my nightmares. Let's see what battle log defense. Oh, we got a defense, 95%, plus 25 for the day. How pathetic is that? We did not get 8 defenses yesterday on this account, so 5731 on this account. And check this out, on my mini, I think we're at 5731. 5731 at end of day. 2 accounts of 5731. I really hope that is still in the top 1,000 here. But yeah, let's check it out and move on to the next one. Ooh, make sure we activate that. And there's only like 8 days left of season, so we really got to make sure that we grind hard these last couple days. Okay. Now, there's probably a Tesla farm around here, which means I'm going to be invisible spelling that wizard tower and air defense up there to make sure that this RC goes in towards that mono. If there's not, then we will have a lot easier funnel to get that RC down to the mono because it's going to go after this multi-archer tower to the builder hut, and then builder hut straight into where the mono's at. That was the easiest RC charge I think I've had. Where I thought that it was going to be a little bit different. And then this RC is just going to go straight over into all these defenses. We're going to activate the giant bomb there. Oh, actually, it's going to go the other way, which is totally fine. We're going to get tons of value off of this. Activate the poison tower, get rid of that spitter, and expo that is on air and ground. And then, yeah, we have a great funnel here. So now, based off of this, guys, I'm a little indifferent on where I actually want to send my drags. I want get that RC to take out that single target Inferno. Okay, we can go ahead and withdraw there. All right, we're going to send that drag there, that drag there, that drag there. All right, we're just going to go the standard way that I attack this base. Send in that. Didn't get much value with the giant arrow. Like I said, I really don't need to sit here and plan out like all of these different the giant arrows, which direction they're going. I really don't need to. It's just not needed. So I do freeze that multi-cannon in the minion prince on that corner like 9 times out of 9, just because it's really easy for that wall break to bust open, and we like to avoid that at all costs. So with this, we're going to go ahead and funnel, use the RC in that corner. Queen is just barely alive. We need her to stay up. We know that the minion prince is going to take down the town hall. We use that ability over the core to freeze that spitter, or at least slow it down a little bit, because that spitter does a lot of damage. Now, all right, we're getting a little slim on the drags on the inside here, but I think, yeah, we think we got it. So There we go, another triple. Same process every time, guys. RC charge the mono, and then create a good L-shaped path to the base. Even if the town hall's in the middle, I know for a fact that my queen and the CC is going to create a funnel to where my troops are going to go into the middle there. So that's what I do 10 times out of 10, and it works, relatively good amount of time. Today, minus 300 on defense here. Of course, it's like all event troops and the occasional Root Rider Valks, but these super Valks, gosh, I hate event troops so much. And you know how discouraging it is, like when you're in Legend Leagues and you're doing really well and they activate an event troop, and that's all that the season revolves around now. It's just this like Legend League troop. Not a big fan, but hey, Supercell knows how to make a profit. So, all right, on to the next one. Not even going to scout it. Let's just see what we got. All right, we want to charge the mono here. Oh, this is a pretty common base, especially in Legends. Really high up. You see this base. I think I attacked this base like at least 6 to 7 times a day today. So we're going to go Invisible Spell there and there, which gets that RC straight next to the mono. And then from there, we just follow that RC around. It's going to go back to that Wizard Tower, get that air defense, and then straight over to the multi-archer. And we should be able to get at least to the sweeper here. I've had some luck where the RC will actually go back to that single target Inferno, but it really doesn't mess with our strategy on where we're going with our RC. Let's see. Ooh, we're going to get into that Spitter, which is great. I hope that this RC stays alive because I don't want it to die. Wow, we're getting a lot of value with this RC. Stay alive. One more. Okay, we're going to recall. All right, and it actually used its ability, so that's kind of a bummer. Okay, here. Use that. Then we get all of our drags going. Send down the minion prince. We want to make sure that single target Inferno, if it towers the Archer Queen, that we freeze it, and we're also able to freeze that Super Drag as it was coming out of the core there. Cool. I always put this RC on the backside, especially while it's got that ability going, the Rocket Spear, because it'll take out those air defenses, those Wizard Towers, and then it'll make its way into that single target Inferno to take that out. Then I use the Mini Prince ability straight over the core. This is textbook, guys. I don't know if I've done this any other way. I've had nothing but success. It gets a little scary when I get over into this little section just because the Rage, Scatter, Multi-Archer Tower, and Ricochet Cannon. But I don't see any issues just because of how much we have left alive here. The Queen's up. The Queen will probably die to this defending King. And the only thing that we have left that's truly a threat is that single target Inferno and that multi-archer tower. Let's see if we can drop these archers right next to that mortar. Oh, good. Yeah, this is a triple. So, again, same plan every time. So, I hope that you guys use a similar method because we can relate. I really think that using event troops is really bad for you because, let's say you place, I don't know, just outside of the top 1,000, right? You place just outside of the top 1,000 next season. Your hopes are up. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna do well. I'm gonna get a 3-digit placing. It's gonna be easy, awesome, right? And then you don't have event troops, and then it's a shock. You spend a whole month practicing and playing with troops that you don't even get to use again, and like they're banned from competitive. They're banned from all kinds of stuff. It's just like, it's not worth wasting a month of practice over with those troops. Sure, they're overpowered. Sure, they're a little bit easier to learn, but they're only temporary. And when they're gone, aka in 2 more weeks, then you're stuck. And you have to learn a new strategy all over again, okay? That's my 2 cents. It just, for me, wasting time on a troop that doesn't even matter is kind of just pointless, so... yeah. All right, we're going to go ahead and start it. This is a little bit different style of a base. I didn't look at it until I pressed attack, so let's see what we do here. But I found the mono, and I will be aiming for that mono, just like every other raid. Okay, we pull out the enemy CC2, so we see what we got going on. Really nothing crazy, and we're going to take out this mono right after this air defense, so that's perfect. And then we might be able to get into this core a little bit and take out that multi-archer tower and maybe the poison tower also. It depends on how much this RC is going to get stuck up on with these ice golems, which is looking like quite a bit. So we are just going to go in. Oh, and it goes after the defending queen. So there is no more going to come out of that one. Okay, so we pick a side. Don't waste any time. Use the giant arrow across. Wipe out as much as we can. It's a really center-focused base here. Use there. Okay, and you know what? We're going to use the RC. Typically, you'll see this with me every single time. I also use the RC in a very important spot, and it's at the next corner from where my queen is going with that funnel. So it really does come in play, and it does really good. Now, we're going into that sweeper. If I would have looked at this base a little bit more, I would have seen like, okay, we might have an issue with that sweeper going into the core, but we're going to go ahead and use that ability, which is going to slow down the sweeper, the scatter, and that spitter. And again, this is looking pretty good. I'm just going to do that baby drag over there. I don't think we can snipe anything really. Finally got that sweeper. We got an air defense in the corner. Okay. And that is a triple again. Same strategy, you know, 4 different bases now. Again, it's a super easy strategy, guys, especially in this current meta. And there's no event troop. So this army, this last month that I've spent perfecting this raid has you know, progressed me into, you know, next month hopefully a really good placing, because as you saw, I placed 87th on my main last season, so that was the new personal best, obviously. And we want to keep, you know, pushing for higher and higher. How cool would it be if I got a top 10? That's gonna be a lot of work. All right, we're gonna go with the last one. Hopefully we can end 6 for 6. This guy attacked the base that I had planned on hitting. That is very, very frustrating. So you know what? We're just going to go again. Very frustrating. But I didn't watch the replay, so this is basically a fresh base all over again. Ooh. And I'm going to go against what I have told you guys this entire video. Since the Town Hall and the Mono are so close to each other, I'm going to be charging over in this corner and doing the same strategy, but I'm not going to be going for the Mono. I don't know why the spitter's off in this corner like that. It's kind of weird, but we're just going to go ahead and end that one real fast. And it looks like we're going to take out a lot of... We're going to find that Tesla farm, which is great, and then take out a lot of defenses over in this corner, which is really going to set us up for success here. And then, you know, we'll just play it by ear, see where the best place to send the drags are, and then we'll go from there. But look at this. I mean, we've taken out so many defenses already. This is going to be a great raid. I'm going to drop a drag just to start that cleanup over there, because I don't like running into time fails. And with this RC charge, this drag is going to... we pulled the drag, so it's going to go down there and get distracted, hung up by that Inferno drag. Okay, got it there. Now we're gonna send this over here, same thing, get that funnel going, L-shaped base, send in the super wall break, and then, like I said, we always do it from the next corner from where the funnel is going in at. Okay, now another reason why I chose to do what I did on this base was because I can freeze all of that. I can freeze the Town Hall, I can freeze the Mono and the Poison Tower, the Poison Spell Tower. So that, again, you know, just sets me up for success, because that is an entire time where all of those troops are under, you know, the Eternal Tome and the freeze. So it just works out perfectly. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and start some more cleanup to make sure that we don't have a time fail. Yeah, Archer's going to be in the way, but we will at least get an Archer on the very backside. And I will be sending a message to Adeo saying, bro, why'd you hit my flagged base? That was not cool. I was trying to make a video of fresh triples and you ruined it. But he didn't actually ruin it because we still tripled it and he failed. So now what? Now who looks bad? Just playing, just a little bit of friendly competition, you know. But yeah, guys, it's the same strategy over and over again. The only reason why I changed my strat on that one was just because I could freeze that and use the Eternal Tome. There's just so much value that would go into, you know, my troops being invincible on that high damage of the area. So I hope you guys learn something from this video, and you know, maybe you'll just stick with using regular troops, not event troops, because nobody likes using event troops, guys. It's not fun. Nobody likes it. Defenses suck. Waking up and having 7 attacks already done and negative 280 is not fun. Ooh, let's see. Somebody's attacking us. We don't care about that. All right, guys. I hope you have a good night, and I will be uploading more videos. I hope you stay tuned, and hopefully you take something out of this practice.